financial shakeup, navigating the impact of Trump's $3.4 trillion legislation on you. The recent approval of a monumental $3.4 trillion legislative package marks a significant milestone in U.S. policy, championed by President Donald Trump. This expansive bill introduces new tax incentives and spending reductions while boosting funding for defense and immigration enforcement. Even though the bill has ignited debates about its potential $4 trillion addition to the national debt over the next 10 years, it's expected to influence nearly every American. Let's break down the essentials. Tax adjustments, benefits for families and seniors. One aspect of this package is the introduction of a $6,000 tax break for middle-income seniors age 65 and older, rising to $12,000 for couples. This deduction targets those earning up to $75,000 annually, $150,000 for married couples, and gradually diminishes for those with higher incomes. But here's where it gets controversial. Higher income individuals may not receive any benefits, potentially raising questions about fairness. Do you think this adequately supports senior citizens? Share your thoughts below. Healthcare implications. Medicaid's challenging new requirements. For many seniors, Medicaid is a vital safety net, particularly for long-term care. However, the new legislation introduces a substantial cuts to Medicaid, potentially forcing nursing homes to close or reduce services. For the elderly relying on Medicaid, this could mean diminished access to essential care. Could these changes place additional burdens on vulnerable populations? We'd love to hear your perspectives. Families and children, enhanced benefits and changes. Families stand to gain from several provisions, such as a robust $2,200 child tax credit and a new $1,000 tax-deferred investment for newborns from 2025 to 2028. A notable highlight is the increased adoption tax credit, which now stands at $5,000 and grows with inflation. But here's where it gets controversial. The exclusion of non-citizens' children from claiming the child tax credit sparks significant debate about fairness and equal treatment. What are your thoughts on this complex issue? Long-term tax effects, winners and losers. This legislative package ensures that the temporary tax cuts from Trump's first term remain in place. Individuals will see a higher standard deduction, and the favorable tax rates established in 2017 will continue. However, for many low-income households, the benefits from tax deductions may be overshadowed, potentially by significant cuts to essential benefits like Medicaid and SNAP, the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. And this is the part most people miss. Could a significant reduction in funding for critical health and nutrition programs exacerbate poverty levels and health issues among the most vulnerable in society? Let's get this conversation going. A step towards transparency, regular updates, and documentation. This legislation mandates frequent documentation for Medicaid recipients, including the demonstration of compliance with new work and reporting requirements. Starting in 2027, states will be required to conduct additional eligibility checks semi-annually. This could lead to disruptions in coverage, especially for those less able to navigate the paperwork. Are the new administrative demands fair, or could they inadvertently disqualify individuals from receiving their rightful benefits? Share your thoughts with us. A promise kept, tax-free kits for workers. Notably, the bill delivers on promises by excluding up to $25,000 of tip income per year from taxation for workers earning less than $150,000 annually. Particularly in specific tip-receiving professions can benefit from these tax exclusions, aimed at curbing tax avoidance strategies. But here's where it gets controversial. Could this provision disproportionately benefit high earners while undermining the fairness principle? Discuss your views below. Educational loans, new repayment options. The revised approach to student loan repayment prioritizes a fixed payment program based on the borrower's income and includes incentives for timely repayments. This policy also offers beneficial terms like waiving unpaid interest and providing $50 per payment for the loan principal. But here's where it gets controversial. Does this controversial truly provide equitable relief for all borrowers, including those with significant debt burdens? Share your opinion on the most nuanced aspects of this policy. With so many interconnected changes, we invite you to delve deeper into how this will affect your finances, access to healthcare, and family well-being. Let's keep the conversation going. What are your thoughts on the overall impact of this expansive and admittedly bold legislation?